how can you speak about pregnancy and free birth when you have never experienced it before? When this is your first journey, when this is your first pregnancy, when this will be your first birth, how, or even how can you dare to speak about it and tell other women about the truth from birth? So this is comments or things that women confronted me with, questions, how I can kind of really allow myself to speak like this with never have given birth before. And this happens because there is so much trauma around birth and pregnancy. In my surrounding, all women that I know, not one has given birth in their self-empowerment. Not one walked out with a trauma, a bigger or a smaller one. Not one woman. This is crazy. This shouldn't be like this. And I was prepared for it, that I will be confronted with exactly questions like this. And I have such a deep understanding, because it's really our system that put us women in this situation, that we have this experience, our conditioning in this society. And when you watch on my channel, you know why this is so, why we have been conditioned about birth, exactly how we experience it in nowadays. So yes, I am not an expert in the way that our society describes it. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an obstetrician, I'm not a midwife, I'm not a trained doula, I'm nothing on this. What I am is a powerful woman who started to step into her own empowerment. And as every woman, the whole wisdom you keep inside of you, it's embedded inside of you. As I almost say in every single video that I do, you carry the sacred seed inside of you, woman. You are the creatrix. Your body wisdom carries everything that it needs to know about pregnancy and birth. You are a woman, and it is never told to you that you hold the full power over pregnancy and birth, and that there is no better expert than you, woman, to guide yourself through pregnancy and birth. No better expert. You know it. Your body wisdom know it. But the problem is that we don't learn it. We don't see it. We have no role models anymore. We are not there to witness other births. It's really, and then we just believe what the society is telling us about birth. And then all these women have their traumatic birth experience, absolutely not self-empowered, because when you go in the system, you give your power away, because you trust on the doctor to tell you every time, your baby is fine, your body is fine. Oh, you are too fat, your baby is too small. And this and that, you see, like this, you give your power away. You don't trust, you don't listen inside of you. So if you decide to go away of the self-empowered way, you start to listen in yourself. You don't listen to the doctors, what they tell you. You start to listen to yourself, because your body speaks to you. Your baby speaks to you. It's the magic. We are magical beings, women. So I speak from a place where I started my journey some years before to reclaim my self-empowerment as a woman. And then it's very clearly that I also take this into my own pregnancy and birth, this self-empowerment, because I studied already before how the woman was robbed of her power, and how still to today the woman is really treated not the right way in society. The whole system is not set up to support the woman in her empowerment. Otherwise, the birthing industry will look completely different, completely different. And not just the birthing industry. A lot of other areas would also look completely different. So yes, I am bold enough and stepping out without having my birth experience yet, but my pregnancy experience. I'm in the 8th month now, and it was a very beautiful, self-empowered, I feel very secure, very safe. I know my baby is all fine. I know my body is all fine. I have no medicalized in any kind of way. I have put no drugs in my system, and I'm perfectly fine. And yes, I hear my baby, I communicate with my baby, I listen, I hear my body, I listen to my body what it needs, and it is slowed down. And this is another aspect what the system does not allow us women when we are pregnant to really slow down. And this looks different for every woman. But it is really not allowed to go in the rhythm that the woman actually needs to go, because this is what your body will tell you, your rhythm and your speed, how you go. And I am bold enough to make these statements and put these inspiring teachings out to you women, because I know there are so many women who it will speak to their heart and that it will be perfectly for them. And I speak from a place of my awakened self, because I have started this journey already. My woman wisdom, my sacred seed already was blossoming. It was not like just awakening, it was already there. And if you are then in this, when you start to connect to this place inside of you, you will just know that birth looks different than how they have sold it to us. You will just know this is this deep, deep inner wisdom that starts to speak to you, and that you will learn to listen to it, and that you will learn to act to it. That's why I am bold enough to do these videos, to share my experience and to talk about things that I haven't experienced yet in this lifetime, but I know I have experienced it in other lifetimes, where I was an empowered woman who gave birth to more than one child. And I will absolutely transparent and honestly share then my own birth experience, without shame if something went not the way how I wished it to be. Because in this position that I am now is like, it's really my responsibility how it turns out, except for this 1% that really something could go wrong during the birth. But they say it's even less than 1%, it's so small if you can surrender during birth. And I know I will have exactly the experience and my soul needs to experience. So that's why I shoot it out into the world. Women, that the pregnancy can be so beautiful and so undisturbed without any, that you get out of your balance because they say you this and that and this is not right, and and you get measured like really, I don't know, like an animal. What we do with the animals is the same horrible thing, right? They do it with women in pregnancy. So it's really, for me, I have to shoot it out to awaken something inside of you, to stir something maybe up, to raise in you questions about our system, to raise in you your empowerment, the feeling that you know there is something more to me than society wants to know me. So as always, I hope you get inspired. Respect that this is my perspective of things and this is my journey. I'm here to inspire you. You have to find your own way. You have to find your own way to activate those things inside of you, and I hope by watching my videos you get activated. So get stirred up by it. If you are triggered, make your research, go deeper, and find your own truth.